morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Happy Monday, fam. 19th of February, 2024. You know how we roll. Get up out your bed, bend the knee, and thank God for another day. We're going to act like a thing is so, even though it ain't so, in order that it might be so, because God said so. I'm in Matthew chapter 25, verse 23. I just want to encourage you today. Jesus here has just delivered the parable of the talents, and he lands the punchline in verse 23 saying, his master said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your masters. A wonderful story of how these servants have done well with their master's investment into their lives, and they've turned the investment into a return. And of course, the master says to the servants, well done, good and faithful servant. And I want to encourage you with what God has invested in you, upon which God is expecting a return. Some of you, God has invested the gift of stewardship. Some of you, the gift of music and art. Some of you, the gift of intellect and cognition. Some of you, the gift of vast resources, the gift of relationships, the gift of compassion. Some of you have the gift of prayer. You name it, you got something that God has invested in you. But how many of you are aware that, man, when you try to utilize your gift and operate in your gift, there's a lot of opposition and it's hard, to the point where sometimes you're so, if you will, conflicted with attack and obstacles in your way that your gift can't even be used in certain seasons. Ever been there? You ever been in a season where the hardships against you are so rough that you're literally sitting on your gift? And I know that there can be cause such dis-ease and disappointment in our hearts. But that's why I think this verse is so helpful. You see, ours is a culture that says success, 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 success. Ours is a culture that says produce, 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 produce. Ours is a culture that says be impressive, be impressive, be impressive, be impressive. But how many of you know that you can follow God and have seasons that ain't impressive? You can love the Lord and have seasons that are not successful, which is why I'm so grateful that when we get to heaven, Jesus is not going to say, well done, good and successful servant. I'm grateful that the Lord's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant, meaning this, that God's looking at my heart, not at my hands. God's looking at the intent, not content. And that's the good news of Scripture, is that grace means that all I have to do is show up as faithful to the Lord. And in His eyes, faithfulness is the new success. Oh, friend, with whatever those obstacles are, just be faithful. There's hope on the other side. And that's hope for today. I'll see you next time.